Singapore! Alright, this is happening lah! Did I nail that? Did I nail the la? That's pretty good? Alright. I'm trying so hard to learn these Singaporean slangs. I asked Communist Central Asia, so how can I tweak my bits a little bit to, resonate with the Singaporeans? They're like, easy lah. You just put a la at the end of each sentence, you'll be fine lah. I was like, no. Like, you can do that. I can't do that, right? That'd be cultural appropriation, right? And I'll have no part in this nonsense. La. Tell you guys a little bit something about myself. My name is Brian. I'm from Taiwan. 28 years old. I still live with my parents. Yeah. The pride in that. Come on. Yeah, and you know why though, right? I live off my parents because I'm from Taiwan. I can't declare independence or whatever. Yeah, it's usually frowned upon on the international stage. Yeah, that's what happens. But, first time in Singapore, I love the place. I just got here yesterday. When I landed, I sort of found that I had a sore throat, And I'm like, no, I'm doing Comedy Central Asia tomorrow. I have to find an ENT clinic, right? So I whipped out my phone, I opened Google Maps. I'm a lazy guy. So, I use the speech-to-text feature. And I say to my phone, "Erbi Hoke," which is ENT clinic in Mandarin, right? But I forgot to switch languages, so when I said "Erbi Hoke," it was like, "happy hooker." Which is not what I was looking for at first. But just out of curiosity, I was like, yes, search, right? Yeah, I'm not the only one with a sore throat tonight. Guess what I found? I found no results. Singapore, your hookers are not happy. You guys know there's actually a store called Happy Hooker in Chicago? Yeah, it sells fishing supplies. Get that? What's it next to? Masturbator? Come on, right? But Taiwan is a great place. It's an island full of flora and fauna. We have actually an endangered species called the rock macaque. Yeah, I know how it sounds. Yeah, rock macaque. If you rocked it more, you wouldn't be endangered, right? But the point is, we're not allowed to touch these monkeys, right? So if a monkey comes along, he touches us, that's fine. If we touch the monkeys, that's bam, $3,000 fine. Yeah, and the biologists all think this is ridiculous, right? They're like, in what world does this make sense? They can touch you, you can't touch them. I'm like, no, that's how I chill with girls too. I basically get really close and hope for physical contact. So, please, I have a guava, please touch me. All right. We also have a lot of frogs. So I recently learned this interesting fact. In most frog species, only the male frogs croak. Did you guys know this? Yeah, only the male frogs croak. And I thought this was fascinating. So I asked a biologist, what are they trying to communicate, right? They must be trying to send across some kind of message. And the biologist was like, yeah. So when a male frog croaks, it's trying to send two types of different messages. Now, the first type is the male frog would approach a female frog. He'd be like, hop, right? And he'd be like, "Rrr." And that's frog language for I'm a dude. Right? Subtext, I wanna hop on your back. I was like, okay. That's normal procreation, right? Circle of life. So what's the second type of croak? He's like, the second type of croak is when another male frog hops on his back. He's like, I'm a dude! I was like, okay, so both scare people off. That's right, fantastic. I don't know, they probably taught this in school. I wouldn't know. I've never been the ideal student growing up. I got sent to detention when I was in second grade. Who does that? Detention, second grade, right? And I'll tell you the reason why. So there's this kid in school called Henry. He kept stealing my Legos, all right? Now, you gotta understand, as a 7-year-old, having your Legos stolen, that's a big deal, all right? So I went to the teacher. I tried, right? I was like, Miss Janai, this Henry, he's stealing my Lego car. He's breaking and entering my Lego house. He's usurping my entire Lego nation. But Miss Janai, she was Palestinian, so she was like, call me when someone steals your whole country. And I did not know if Miss Janai was just messing with me or if she actually knew I was from Taiwan. Because that shit happened 70 years ago, all right? So take that, Miss Janai. But anyway, I was still angry, right? So I punched Henry, got thrown in detention. Now, the worst part about detention is not detention itself. It's having to explain what detention is to your Taiwanese parents, right? That day I got home, my mom was like, why are you home so late? what's detention? And I tried to play it down. I was like, it's not that big of a deal. All that happens is, after school, we have to stay in this big classroom. This really boring looking teacher in the front forces us to finish our homework. After 1 or 2 hours, we're free to go, right? And at this point, my dad came storming in. He was like, what happened at school today? What did Brian do again? And my mom was like, can you believe what your son did at school today? He found a free tuition center. My dad was like, we paid for that shit. But yeah, I've done like some studying abroad. I finished my master's in Paris, actually. Now, Paris is a city that's very, very different from my hometown, Taipei. Very different. Everything is different. Like the way we greet each other is very different. So in Taiwan, when we greet each other, we do this really held back, this like, hi, right? I don't know, yeah, because like in Taiwan, we avoid physical contact at all costs. Like we don't embrace each other, we don't shake hands, we do this, right? But when you're in Paris, and you meet your friend, you're supposed to kiss them? I was not prepared for this. First day of school, I get to my classroom, meet my female classmates. We're like, salut, salut. I came so hard. It's like, you guys gotta understand, like as an Asian dude, this is as far as I get with European women. This is carpe diem right there, right? This is like, seize the day. But like next day, I went to school with this huge backpack, and all my classmates were like, wow, Brian, you study so hard, you're so diligent. I'm like, nah, man, this is all underwear, dude. I gotta keep myself dry throughout the day. All your greetings and shit. But it's very different, it's very different. Everything is different. For example, the metro system. So both Taipei and Paris, we have metro systems. But the things inside are a little bit different. So in Taipei, our metro, we have bathrooms, right? We have toilets. But in Paris, they have walls. So for those of you who've never been to Paris, you can basically pee wherever you want. It's like this giant urinal. It's probably why Chinese tourists like going there so often. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm Taiwanese, I get to say that, all right? I check my privilege. But anyway, the point is, it's super different. And so another thing, like in the metro system, both metro systems have vending machines. But in Paris, their vending machines sell condoms. Yeah, l'amour, right? Whereas in Taipei, we sell tissues. Yeah, tells you something about our nightlives. It's also a reason why we don't shake hands. It's like, I'm fine, thank you. Thank you guys so much. That's my time. Have a great night.